by sacking all 4 of my treasures for 4 blue, and Sebastian's Darkside Extortionist still nets him 10 treasures. Welcome to Cardboard Content, where we aim to develop our skills and grow the competitive Commander community. Hey guys, it's me, Benedict. Welcome back.
Hey, I'm Lance.
BJ, what's your favorite Grixis deck?
Currently, probably Grixis Pirates.
I'm a fan of Rogside myself.
Today we have a pod full of Grixis. We got Sauron, we got Lance on Rogside, me on Grixis Pirates, and Sebastian's playing
Inalla.
Let's get into the game. Starting off first, we have Sebastian in the lower left-hand corner playing Inalla. Then Ryan on Sauron. I'm playing Malcolm, Vial Smasher, and Lance is on Rogr, Silas. Sebastian plays a Flooded Strand, cracks it and pays 1 life, so you could subscribe and grab a Underground Sea. Plays Lion's Eye Diamond, and then passes turn to Ryan. On Ryan's turn, he plays Gitaxian Probe, targets me, draws a card, plays Luxury Suite, then plays Mox Diamond, pitching a Cavern of Souls. Then plays his own Lion's Eye Diamond, and passes turn to me. On my turn, I play a Command Tower, cast Gamble, tutor up a card, and then discard Exotic Orchard. On Lance's turn, he plays a Mana Confluence into a Mana Vault, then passes turn to Sebastian. On Sebastian's turn, he plays a Steam Vents, and then Ryan, on Sebastian's end step, he casts Orcish Bowmaster. On ETB, targets Lance. We move on to Ryan's turn. He plays a Undercity Sewers, surveils for 1, moves into combat, and attacks Sebastian and Lance for 1. We move on to my turn. I play a Badland, exile Simian Spirit Guide, and then cast Darkside Extortionist. ETB on the stack, Ryan sacks his LED, discards his hand, and gets 3 red mana. Then I cast my commander, Malcolm. We move on to Lance's turn. He plays Rogr, and then passes turn to Sebastian. On Sebastian's turn, he casts his own Darkside Extortionist. He nets 2 treasures. Sebastian passes turn to Ryan. On Ryan's turn, he casts Wheel of Fortune. Lance responds with a Deadly Rollick, targeting Orcish Bowmaster. Orcish Bowmaster gets exiled. Sebastian responds by cracking Lion's Eye Diamond and discarding his hand for 3 black mana. Before Ryan passes phases, Sebastian casts Vampiric Tutor. We move on to my turn. I play Training Center, then Soul Ring, then Rhystic Study. I move into combat and attack Sebastian with Malcolm and Lance with Darkside. I net 2 treasures. On Lance's turn, he plays a Polluted Delta, cracks it, plays a Volcanic Island, then casts Underworld Breach. Triggers my Rhystic Study. I respond by casting Mystical Tutor, tutoring up a Fierce Guardianship. Then Ryan responds to Underworld Breach by casting his own Mystical Tutor, triggering my Rhystic Study for me to draw. I draw, Ryan tutors up a Force of Will on top of his deck. Then I cast Fierce Guardianship, targeting Underworld Breach. Underworld Breach gets countered. Then Lance casts Wheel of Fortune. Sebastian responds by casting Pyroblast, targeting my Rhystic Study. Triggers it, I draw a card. Wheel of Fortune resolves, and then Lance, without anything to play, passes his turn to Sebastian. On Sebastian's turn, he plays a Mana Confluence, then plays Mox Diamond, pitching a very fitting Gemstone Cavern. Then casts Talisman of Indulgence. On Ryan's turn, he plays Ancient Tomb, then casts Fellwar Stone, then Wishclaw Talisman, and then Counterbalance. We move back to my turn. I play Marsh Flats, then Mox Amber, then cast Imperial Seal. Trigger Counterbalance, Ryan reveals a Lotus Petal. I proceed to combat, attack Ryan for 2, and Lance for 1. I net 2 more treasures, and pass the turn to Lance. On Lance's turn, he plays Soul Ring, then passes turn to Sebastian. On Sebastian's turn, he plays a Training Center, then casts Grim Monolith, and passes turn to Ryan. On Ryan's turn, he plays Lotus Petal, then plays Misty Rainforest, cracks it for a volcanic island, then plays Beseech the Mirror, bargaining off the Orc Army token, and then casts Shieldred, the Apocalypse, tutors up a card with Wishclaw Talisman, and passes it to Lance. Plays Sensei's Divining Top. Sebastian responds by casting Essence Flux, targeting his Darkside Extortionist. Ryan triggers his Counterbalance, and then reveals Polluted Delta off the top. Essence Flux resolves, blinks back Darkside Extortionist. I respond to Darkside's ETB by sacking all 4 of my treasures for 4 blue, and Sebastian's Darkside Extortionist still nets him 10 treasures. Sensei's Divining Top resolves. Ryan passes turn to me. I lose 2 on my draw step from Shieldred, play Volcanic Island, then I cast Mayhem Dove. Ryan's Counterbalance triggers. He responds, activates Sensei's Divining Top, and then reveals a Fierce Guardianship, countering my Mayhem Dove. I move to combat and attack Ryan for 2 and Lance for 1. On my end step, Lance channels Otawara, targeting Counterbalance. On Lance's upkeep, he casts Vampiric Tutor, and then loses 2 from Shieldred, and then 1 from Mana Vault. Moves on to his main phase, and he casts Darkside Extortionist. With no response, Lance nets 22 treasures. Then he casts Necropotent. I respond by cracking my Marsh Flats, grabbing a Underground Sea, and responding with a hard cast Force of Will. Lance responds back with Fierce Guardianship. Ryan then responds with Sensei's Divining Top, rearranging the top, then drawing a card, and then casting Pyroblast, targeting Fierce Guardianship. Lance responds back by casting Daze. Necropotence resolves, and Lance goes all the way down to 3 life. Moves into his cleanup, and then casts Final Fortune. Ryan responds with Force of Will, pitching Counterbalance, targeting Final Fortune. Lance responds back by casting a Red Elemental Blast. Final Fortune resolves. Lance goes to cleanup, sculpts his hand, and then moves on to his next and final turn. He gets no Shieldred and Mana Vault triggers. Since Necropotence is in play, he skips his draw step, then casts Mnemonic Betrayal. Mnemonic Betrayal resolves, and Lance has access to multiple Underworld breaches, multiple Thassa's Oracles, and still remaining 16 treasure tokens. Good game, Lance. Well, good job, Lance, on your win. End game summation on that, probably looking at the board state. The board state includes the graveyard, which I think Ryan had a line there.
I think if Ryan went for a Mnemonic Betrayal,
I think he definitely had a win. Looking at all the graveyards, there was a bunch of rocks in someone's graveyard. There was the 2 win conditions in my graveyard. Sometimes people just get too tunnel visioned on controlling the board instead of just winning.
Yeah.
That happens.
Well, yeah, congrats again on that win. Are you going to probably keep playing the deck maybe for this weekend, our tournament?
I'll probably play it this weekend. And if you think you can find the Grixis lines better than me, maybe you should come on down to Darkside April 27th for a big tournament.
Showdown at Darkside. It's going to be a top 10 payout. Top 4 will have $300 each, so it's a 1.2k payout. And then first place will get, of course, the top deck points and a Thunder Junction Collector's Box. Doors open up at 9. Tournament starts at 11.
If you need more information, check out topdeck.gg, or there should be some info below this video. Why don't you tell us what you're playing at the tournament in the comments below. And don't forget to hit subscribe and like this video.
If you want to support the channel another way, you can visit us on our Shopify. We got a bunch of swag there. We got tokens, we got stickers, we got playmats, and more playmats coming out pretty soon for our channel itself. Another way to support the channel is through our Patreon, like these guys.
Thank you for all our tier 2 content consumers. Aaron for 3 months in a row, Big Yoda for 3 months in a row, Lex and Marcus, our newest content consumer.
Now our tier 3 cardboard cutouts, we have Wong at 5 times, Matt at 5 times, and Albert at 4 times. Thank you everyone for your continued support. If you'd like to join these guys, patreon.com/cardboardcontent.
Hey, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
And see you next week for more content. you still here?
I lean away to breathe in.
Chocolate rain.
Okay.